part 2 video of the Musket Rapier Mastery. We're calling this Play Rapier Musket Like a Pro. We're going to tell everyone our secrets and what we've been playing with, what's our thought process behind everything. We're going to break this video into 4 sections. The first one's going to be why this gear, so the synergies, and then we're going to talk about understand Rapier passives, autos, and blocks. Third one, possible combinations. I know you guys are going to love this. What are all the possible combinations that you can do with a Musket Rapier, especially on the Rapier side of things? This is very focused on Rapier. And then the fourth one, last but not least, the most important one, evade is the center of all things. Definitely this build is about evade and how to master evade. Some bonus tips at the end and the hard counters at the end, but basically that's how we're gonna break it down. First things first, let's talk about the gear. It's really important that you guys understand not just the gear and copy and paste, but the synergies between the gear. Ghostly Touch Glove simply works with this. And you guys, if you wanna get this piece, it's gonna be easier on Season 9 because they're gonna upgrade the amount of doubloons that you get per chest on the FFA island. Why does Ghostly Touch work so well? You need to have higher empowerment before you apply a Tondo. Therefore, your Tondo's bleeds are going to be higher. Automatically, it's going to increase your plops. So that is really important. That's why it works so well. And you're also stealing from your opponent. That also has a synergy. Forget about Hunk. Just look at shirking and power. Every time you apply that, those evades and those dodges, guys, that's going to be really important because you're just buffing all your empowerment before you apply those Tondos. That's the synergy that happens with the Ghostly Touch Gloves directly. Same here with the omnidirectional evade that we're going to talk about next. Why do we need this? It's not just because of the 8.2%. It's more because of the Adagio perk from your Rapier skill tree that we're going to look in the point number 2. See that? Side evade. You haven't subscribed yet. Bastards. We need that because this will apply that buffing damage and empowerment will be applied higher to the sides whenever you evade sideways. We need that. That is really, really important. So after you guys understand, that is kind of the synergies of damage. Let's talk about synergies of healing. Obviously, these are pretty brief and kind of explanatory. You get the healing from Healing Breeze whenever you're getting evades. You're getting that. You're proccing a lot of that stuff. And obviously, a full shirking heals. Now we changed the gear and we got Vital Synergy. That is all working with shirking heals. As always, you guys know that's kind of what you need to roll with in obviously Honk so you can upgrade those. So that's point number 1. Synergies. Why this gear? Let's go to the next one. Come on. Okay, so let's talk about Rapier passives a little bit more and what it means to us. We're going to be focused on 4 passives here that are the main passives. I want to start with the ones that gives us stamina. Breathe in, gain 20 stamina after successfully evading through an enemy attack. It's extremely easy to proc this. 20 stamina is gold. You guys know that. Plus shirking energy. That's another 16. It's a lot of stamina. It's 36 stamina that you can get out of that. Going into the next one of stamina, gain 20 stamina when successfully hitting a target with finish. Here on this point, when Tondo's bleed ticks reduce the cooldown of this ability by 9%. this is extremely underrated. Why? Because Tando bleeds, some people don't want to stack them, but even if you just randomly hit a dude with a Tando, if you use it the right way, you can get a lot out of it. So you see, when it ticks, so think about that. And also Adagio, evading forward gains 10% increased base damage on your next light attack. Ends on hit or after 1 second. That's why we need omnidirectional evade in our gear, right guys? Because of this, Adagio upgrade is applied when evading in any direction now. So if you dodge sideways and you apply a light chip like we talked about in our main video, you're gonna be applying all of these passives. That's really, really important. Next.
Only great axe.
Great deal. Great deal.
I want you guys to start understanding your auto. It's a light line, then it goes middle, and then it does that thing. All of this, you need to understand how much is it locking you. How much time are you spending on these animations? If you just spam your mouse, you're gonna be locked in that animation. You see, I'm trying to move and I can't. And I'm trying to get out of it and I can't. And it's even worse if you do the last chain of the attack. You're trying to move, you gotta dodge to get out. So you're gonna use too many dodges to get out of a situation that you put yourself in. We need to start talking about blocking. For this build is one of the most important things that you can have in order to survive. Look at this. We delayed our exhaustion as max as possible. We still had Flourish and Finish to push them away. But if you don't start learning how to block, when to block, what is worth blocking and what is not worth blocking, these micro blocks, just like we did right here, we need to know your opponent, but you also need to know your kit and how to micro block these attacks, right? That's gonna make the difference between the average player and the big player. Right there, you guys can see a nice example of combinations of Flourish Cancel into a Tando. And you got to be patient with this because this build is very iframe dependent. So in order for you to be successful, you need to know your passives, you need to know your gear, the synergies of your gear, but you need to know also when to block. You need to know when to block. He got us there with the spear, but just look how close we're playing just with one weapon. And this is a good player. We Rapier is side. Look, you see that evade to the side? Another example. Look at this. We immediately start. We block right there because we know the Sword & Shield players are going to be doing that a lot. You guys are going to see a big example. Another example of a combo there. We're going to talk about it. A flourish into gaining distance. And look, against hatchet players are very meta usual. This is what you got to do. Unless they're throwing hatches, was a little bit more dangerous in my opinion. These, look at that. Another side evade from a leaping strike. Look at that. We Tando into the side evade and we evade that leaping strike, which you guys know is deadly. We eat that upheaval in the face. We get a lot of space here. Look at this. Just block hatchet, boys. We stemmed out a little bit. It was a little bit unfortunate. He already has leaping strike. That's one of the problems with it. Look at that. We fake a heavy into a side evade. But like this clip here is great because it has so many examples of some techniques that we're using with the Rapier. I don't know how he didn't die there. You know what I'm saying? Look, we just block here if you can. Take your time. Look at that micro block right there. You know, the melee monkeys, they're all doing the same thing. Wah, they're running after each other, okay? Can we put that there? We can. They're all kind of rotating through the same abilities. Sorry, melee players do ability dump a lot. They have that combo. It is what it is. That's niche. But with a Rapier, you're not going to be able to do that. And that's what I see with most Rapier players. They just spam abilities and then they're not effective with their kit. Rapier bleed pop is not for ability dump. This is not a flurry into a flashe into a riposte. It's not the same thing. These Tandos, these evades, the flourishing finishes, they all have micro adjustments and micro things that you can do, combinations that you can do that are going to dictate the difference between you winning or losing. Just like this block right here. It's another example. It's all interconnected. You see that? They're going to come with an upheaval, right? It's normal. So we block that. The game didn't do the best thing in registering that. And we just flourish and finish it. We win. That's how you got to do it. Block, my friend. Okay. absolutely baited, bro. Bro, this combo is so crazy. Let's go into point number 3 right now. Yo, can I use you to do a video? Shout out to Big Simply Fabulous for giving us this time to do this. I want to talk now about point number 3, guys. What are the possible combinations that we're going to see in this video? Some of them you guys might not know, but let's pass it on to you. Flourish, cancel into Tondo. This one is pretty straightforward. You flourish and then you go into a Tondo. You don't apply the finish. You just flourish and then you apply a Tondo. Why? Because you want to stack in a bleed, correct? Next one. It's going to be a heavy into a side evade. So you're going to do a heavy fake into a side evade. See? That's what you're going to do. All right, the next one, very beloved one, is the right click into chip, right click into chip. I find this faster for me to just hold right click and just chip a light, chip a light, chip a light, chip a light. So I'm always holding my block and I'm just doing this. Sometimes also we can do that to chase others. You can do that. You can do this. You do a light, you attack, and you dodge and you attack. That kind of throws your enemy off and it does help a lot to chase them. Boom. You see that? You see how you get a bit of range if you do that. Look. Now, if I just light attack, you're not going to catch him. All right, that's good. Heavy into a flourish, cancel into a Tondo. You see what I'm saying? A very similar thing. So like that, right? Sometimes you're going to cancel your heavy halfway. So we're going to do a heavy, we cancel it, and we cancel that as well. So you cancel your heavy and you cancel your finish. Next one. It's a little bit more defensive. But whenever someone's attacking you, you can always flourish into backwards so you can gain some space. You guys are going to see that with a lot of clips that we got going on, but let's demonstrate it right now. And you gain some space from mother, okay? You see what I'm saying? Next one. All right, next one. This one is really special, guys. Really cool with a musket. It's a little bit harder to do. But basically what you're going to do a flourish into a right click into a musket shot, okay? Here we go. Let's try it out. You flourish, you right click, and then you musket into a headshot if you can, because they're staggered. We're not even using musket here. We're not even using musket. Oh, he's a bad player. Yeah, we do it against a lot of players. Light attack. A side evade. A flourish cancel. Let's try to do a flourish cancel into musket. Don't go desperate. There you go. He already has 2 stacks. We just got to be patient now if you want to. He's ticking. All right, let's do another duel here with the same gentleman. Simply Fabulous. Let's see what we come up. Just Rapier. Another one. You see there? Fabulous. Side evade there. We get tricking heals and we proc empowerment. You see the pressure that we're putting on the opponent. Nice. Evade sideways. He's still ticking. And there you go. All right, let's try to do a fight now against this guy. See how we can do. See that? Side evade. Okay, last but not least, evade is the center. Guys, evade truly changed my perspective on how I play the bleed pop builds. Most players don't play Rapier as they should be. They always evade backwards or something like that. So for this last point, I want to tell you guys that evade truly changed the perspective and the way I play overall in New World. Is way more reactive, and that's why I said in the beginning of the video, stop spamming, start reacting, and I mean it. And I have a couple of points that I want to say with this. Evade is a reaction and not a key spam. It's one of the abilities that's the most unique ability. It's like you need to truly react with it besides just spamming it to gain space. And that's related to the second point is stop just evading because you want to evade or gain some space. A lot of people just evade to gain a meter or 2 meters away from players. It's not going to work. Stop doing that and start evading sideways. 90% of the time that I evade, it's sideways. That will change the whole game that you're doing. Stop evading forward and backwards. And last one, generate evades. That's going to be the last point on this evade is the center. You need to start generating evades, and you guys are going to see that right now after this finish here. One of the things that people don't like to do is using their evade in a smart way and proccing their evade, especially when they're stemmed out. Here you go. He's going to attack us. And usually you're just going to turn backwards and you're stemmed out and you're going to die. Right? So what you're going to do from now on is you're going to face your opponent and you're going to proc evade, right? So let's say I missed it. Okay? I'm out of dodges. He's attacking us. Instead of running, I'm going to attack. And you're going to proc that evade. After that, you already got and you can run that way. You see all the combinations now. You proc evade. Think about all these small things now. Start putting them together. Anyways, before you go, you're always going to have some perfect poison counters. That's going to be ice tombs, Jin head wraps, and also full vigor builds. Why? Because those are just perfect counters. Ice tomb is going to cleanse from all bleeds. It's going to be harder for you to proc those stacks and do a nice bleed pop. It's really complicated. Same with Jin head wraps. Your bleeds are not going to count for as long. It's going to be harder for you to also proc them and also accumulate them and stack them. So you're always going to have some sort of counter. Other than that, guys, thank you for being here. Click that like, click that sub button, and I would love to hear your guys' comments on down below saying, what do you think about this build and how hard has it been for you to master it? What's the kind of stage that you're in right now in order to master this build? Don't forget to tell someone you love them. I'll see you the next one. Peace.